With the Creeping Winter DLC coming out in less than a month, Mojang has the opportunity to add some features to the game that could really save the longevity of Minecraft Dungeons. However, if these features are not introduced to Minecraft Dungeons could soon be ruined forever. Hey, what's up everybody? Today I'm going to be talking about some new features that Mojang could add to Minecraft Dungeons in the Creeping Winter DLC update that could really improve the game and keep players playing for months to come. First of all, I want to talk about a feature that can not only be great on its own, but could also really improve the next two features that I'm going to be talking about, and that is matchmaking. Right now, the only way to play with others in Minecraft Dungeons is to add somebody as a friend, and then you can join each other's lobbies and play with each other. And that's a great feature, and we have a lot of fun with our friends doing that. And there are also ways to find people to play with if you don't necessarily know anybody personally, like for example through Discord servers. But the problem is that not all of us know a lot of people that play Minecraft Dungeons or want to always be in Discord servers constantly searching for people. That is why matchmaking could be so great for Minecraft Dungeons. This would make it so that you can literally click a button, search for players, and you will be paired up with 3 other players that also want to play Minecraft Dungeons. You could, for example, create a party and say in the title what you are making this party for. Like for example, farming for gear in a certain location like Soggy Cave, or even more specific stuff like trying to unlock the Archaven secret level, or helping people unlock the Archaven secret level. There is so much that you can do with matchmaking, and this would bring the community so much closer. I think that matchmaking is a must-have addition for any game that plans to have longevity, because this really brings the community together. Now, Mojang has not really hinted towards any signs of adding matchmaking to the game, and really I'm not expecting matchmaking to be added to the game in the Creeping Winter DLC update, because I have just not heard anything from Mojang that points to the fact that they are considering this as an option. And this is unfortunate. I do wonder if they have thought about this as an option, and if they did try to work on this at all, or maybe if they are working on this and this will be released in the Creeping Winter DLC. If it will be, this will be amazing for the game and will definitely add to its longevity. Next up, the first of the 2 features that could really be great if matchmaking was added alongside it, that I think really needs to be worked on in Minecraft Dungeons, is endgame. Now, Minecraft Dungeons is pretty fun throughout your first playthrough of the game on default mode, but once you complete the game on default mode, unlock all the secret levels, and even play the Jungle Awakens DLC, the next step in Minecraft Dungeons is just replaying all of those levels again 2 times. Now, once you do that and reach Apocalypse level 7, there's absolutely nothing to do in the endgame of Minecraft Dungeons. Now, Mojang did make a blog talking about some of the features that will come with the Creeping Winter DLC recently, and I made a video reviewing and analyzing that vlog, so you could check that video out in the card above if you would like to. Now, one of the things stated was that in the Creeping Winter DLC update, we will receive a new daily trials system. This would add random changes to the mechanics of the game, making it more fun and challenging every single day. And although this system sounds very fun, the problem with it is that we have no ramp up in difficulty. It is just going to be a random new daily trial every single day, not depending on how well you did the day before. What I propose is that we need a new type of vendor that will challenge us, that will really push us to our limit in Minecraft Dungeons. This system will work very similarly to the Rifts system that is in the game Diablo, which is also an ARPG type game just like Minecraft Dungeons is. In this system, you enter randomly generated dungeons. No dungeon is the same as the previous one that you may have done or the next one that you will do. Some dungeons will be similar to each other sometimes, but the level design will vary and the themes will as well. And as you progress through these dungeons, every time you complete one of them, you will get a piece of gear that is better than any of the previous gear you could have gotten, even in Apocalypse 7 difficulty. And then as you progress, the mobs will get harder and harder, and the gear will get better and better. Then Mojang could add a leaderboard to this vendor, so that whenever you are using this vendor, there is a tab that will show you who the highest ranked players are, who have fought off the highest level dungeons. dungeons. This not only adds a new waterfall of content into Minecraft Dungeons endgame, but it also adds a competitive factor where you can compete against or even with your friends. You can also fight through these dungeons with groups, maybe of 2 and 3 and 4. While I'm talking about competition, I thought this would be a great time to segue into our next topic, which is player versus player combat. Right now in Minecraft Dungeons, we can play with our friends and we can fight through dungeons against mobs that are computer controlled, and that's definitely a fun experience. But what could be great for the game is some sort of player versus player combat where you could fight against your friends or even with your friends against other groups of real players and not computer generated mobs. The player versus player combat could be introduced in the form of a vendor. This vendor would give you the option of queuing up by yourself in a group of 2, 3, or 4 people. You would then be placed in an arena against other people, and then you can fight each other and see who would win in combat. You could also then have a leaderboard, and maybe you could have rewards for achieving certain ranks on the leaderboard. Maybe you can get pets or a cape that only the top 100 players in Minecraft Dungeons can use. I think that an endgame type of system and a player versus combat system combined would really improve the longevity of Minecraft Dungeons and really how fun it can be while playing with friends and against friends and just against other people. Now to talk about something that really affects the whole game. Right now, there is a clear selection of artifacts and pieces of armor and weapons that are better than others. For example, if you take the katanas, the Dark Katana and the Master's Katana, these are at the bottom of the food chain when it comes down to melee weapons. I mean, for players that have really tried out many of the weapons, they will know that if you have the choice between a Dark Katana and, for example, a Whirlwind Axe, you are gonna go for the Whirlwind Axe 10 times out of 10. Sure, the katanas still have their unique appearance and they look amazing, but when it comes down to creating a powerful build, they just cannot hold up when it comes down to the higher levels. With any game that is to have longevity, it is very important to see constant meta changes come into play, making certain things stronger and making certain things weaker. This ends up balancing the game out, and it also brings a lot of diversity to what people use in the game. Now with the recent Jungle Awakens DLC, we did see some nice balancing come into play. For example, the Soul Speed enchantment. It was way overtuned when the game first came out, and you could go way too fast. And at the same time, it was pretty difficult to sustain the enchantment at certain times. With the update, they made it so that the enchantment lasts for longer, but does not speed you up as much. And this change was great because it made it much easier for the vast majority of the player base to use this enchantment in their builds. However, the problem is that the clearly overpowered items in the game, such as the Deathcap Mushroom or the Gong of Weakening or the Whirlwind Axe, none of these items were nerfed. In fact, they were not changed at all. What that does is that it makes it so that only a small amount of items out of the large pool of items that we have in Minecraft Dungeons are used by a majority of the player base, and this can make the game turn very stale after a while. Mojang needs to focus on nerfing the overused items and buffing the items that are barely used at all. There are so many items and enchantments in the game that I would like to use so much more. And if Mojang is observing what most of the community is using and what they want, I think some amazing balancing to the meta could come with the Creeping Winter DLC update. After talking about an endgame system and a player versus player combat system, it becomes very apparent that playing with other people is a central point of Minecraft Dungeons. And right now there is a huge split in the Minecraft Dungeons community because all of the consoles cannot play with each other. I mean, the game ranges from being on PS4 to Xbox One to the Nintendo Switch and to the computer, but yet we cannot utilize all of these platforms to build up a strong community because there is no crossplay and we cannot all play together. I mean, crossplay is something that Minecraft Dungeons developers have been discussing about bringing into the game since the launch of the game. And that means that even they know that it's something that could be a very great feature to add to the game. And in fact, a lot of the Minecraft Dungeons player base was expecting for crossplay to come out when the Jungle Awakens DLC was coming out. However, unfortunately, it did not come out, and we didn't really receive any update on why they did not release it or any time frame for when they would like to release it. Especially now with hardcover copies of the game coming out on all platforms, you would think that they would make more of an effort to bring these platforms together. However, unfortunately, that has just not happened of yet. Now, I have not lost all hope in Minecraft Dungeons. In fact, I have very high hopes for them releasing crossplay with the Creeping Winter DLC update. I think that they have had an ample amount of time to work on it, and with the feedback that they have been receiving, especially after the Jungle Awakens DLC came out, I think that they have definitely picked up on the fact that the Minecraft Dungeons community really wants to have crossplay introduced to the game. Anyways, everybody, those are my ideas on what could really improve Minecraft Dungeons for everybody. Let me know what you would like to see added with the Creeping Winter DLC update. I think that there are a lot of potential features that could be added, and I think that you all have great ideas to share. Other than that, make sure to check out my other videos on Minecraft Dungeons. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out, everybody.